Kingstown Radio, the home of classic hits and new musical talent as well, here in the G Factor. That's Paleday and Bimbo Funky in your disco, and I'm very pleased to say that joining me on the phone from Brighton is frontman Anthony Jackson-Stubbs. Hello, Anthony.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm very good, how are you?
Good, I'm marvellous, thank you.
Thank you for joining us here on Kingstown Hospital Radio.
You're welcome, hi to all your listeners.
And am I right in saying that you're the frontman of Paleday?
I am in.
Fantastic, and how many in the band? Is it a six-piece band?
So we're 7 now.
Ah, right. Talk us through the rest of the band then. Yourself, your lead vocals, yeah?
So I'm lead vocals, and then we have Sam and Stephen on sort of additional vocals, so that makes a front line that's something like akin to the Bee Gees, I guess.
Okay.
And then we have the lovely Alex on rhythm guitar, making the funky kind of chic riff.
Brilliant.
And we've got Phil on bass, and we have Steve on drums, and he's actually on tour with McFly at the moment, so
fantastic.
He's a busy boy, and just been playing with Dinah Ross, so we kind of have lots of name dropping in our band.
That's brilliant.
And we have Dan on keyboards.
Dan on keyboards as well.
Not forgetting Dan, but except he's a sad bunny because he's doing panto at the moment.
Oh, where's he doing panto?
I'm not sure.
Do you know what he's playing? What characters?
No, he's playing keys.
Oh, apologies, right.
Yes.
I see. Well, we'll come back to the present day in a moment, but first of all, let's go, well, you tell me how far back. When did you first become interested in music? First
became interested in music, I guess when I was a little kid, I was learning to play piano. So yeah, way back when.
Okay. Did you play any other instruments?
I just play keyboards. I play keyboards and synthesizers, and I kind of produce, and then I do vocals. So that's me.
Okay. So do you still play keyboards a lot, or are you mainly into the singing and writing and producing?
I play keyboards all the time for the writing and producing, and occasionally when we do live stuff, I do play additional keys as well.
Okay, that's brilliant. And you'll flirt if provoked, apparently.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been taking a look at the website, paleday.com. Lots of information on there. So where did Paleday come from? How did that first begin?
I met Steve in the band several years ago when we were at college, and we became great friends, and it came from a couple of people we know split up, and they said it was a bit of a pale day, and that kind of it sprung to mind that was quite an interesting name for a song and then a band. So.
Fantastic. It's good to hear when there's a sort of proper reason behind a band name rather than just picking something out of the air.
Absolutely.
So, Paleday then. We played, as I mentioned a bit earlier, one of your tracks, Blue Sky, a couple of years ago, I think.
Yes.
What's been happening since then?
Since then, we finally got into the studio and finished the sort of debut album off completely, and it's called Love the Groove.
Fantastic.
And we went to the famous Abbey Road studios to have that mastered and finished off.
Wow.
And the guy that did that also did Kylie's new album and Spice Girls, Spice World and all that stuff.
So working with the best, really.
So working with the best, yeah, and it was mixed by a guy who did all the tour sound for Culture Club, so we've kind of got some quite big names involved in making a nice, funky sounding record.
Excellent.
It's been pushed out, it's available on iTunes and kind of most online stores around the world, really.
That's brilliant. We will put a link on the Kingstown Radio website, kingstownradio.co.uk. Anyone that wants to find you, there'll be a link on there to paleday.com.
Fantastic.
And that lists all your iTunes connections and things like that.
That's great, yes.
Okay. So what's the current single?
The current single actually is Eurotramp on the album, and it's being pushed. It already charted in the club charts here earlier in the year.
Okay.
But it's actually been promoted more heavily in the States at the moment, and we're just looking at placement on New York's biggest dance station, which has 500,000 listeners. So
wow.
Very excited about that, and hopefully some PAs coming up in New York in the very near future.
So you'll literally be going stateside yourselves?
We'll literally be going stateside, yeah, and then and it also looks like we've got some interest in Japan too. So hopefully international success is kind of looming.
Well, that's brilliant. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Anthony.
No, it's great, and we're delighted to have been asked by you.
That's great, and make sure you keep in touch as well as things progress, because we played you first, a couple of years ago. I like to tell people you heard it here first.
Yeah, absolutely. You were there at the start, and now we've had 350,000 hits on MySpace, so I think it's growing in the right direction, and we appreciate all the support.
That's fantastic. Well, thanks very much for joining us. I'll play now the second of your tracks. This one is Eurotramp. Would you like to introduce it?
Yeah, this song is called Eurotramp. It's about someone who's lost around the world trying to come home, and the only way they can do that is to party.
Thanks very much, Anthony. Speak to you soon.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.